Well, I've been recommissioning my Royal Enfield Interceptor Mk1A. I thought it'd take me a day, but it's taken me weeks and it's still not the greatest starter. But I found a few things. First of all, I changed the battery, put a new battery on it, new spark plugs, changed the fuel in the fuel tank, and cleaned the carburetors. I did get it started, and then I found there was an oil leak from the head, and I actually found that the head bolts were loose. They wasn't more than finger tight, but they still wasn't tight, so I torqued them up, and that seems to have cured the oil leaks, but it still didn't run too well. So then I changed the fuel in the fuel tank again, and I realised the fuel that I put in wasn't as fresh as I thought. So that helped. Clean the carburetors again, tried different grade of plugs. So now it's running. I say that, but I've just been trying to start it and it wouldn't start. But it does start, which we will start in a minute. That is the trouble. This bike hasn't run for 2 or 3 years, and the worst thing to do with old bikes is leave them and not run them. So once I get it going, hopefully we'll be out for a ride on it. It's a lovely bike, and you really don't see too many of these. Totally rebuilt, electronic ignition. It's got a belt drive on the primary. The frame's been powder coated, the wheels have all been re-chromed, absolutely everything. The engine rebuilt, new shock absorbers, silencers. I didn't do it, but the chap who done it has done absolutely everything on this bike. It is a beautiful bike. The only thing what needs doing really, I had the tank re-chromed, but it's still not very good. The chrome is starting to come off. So to make it really nice, I will have that done again, and I have to find a company what really does a good job with a re-chroming. The weakest point I found on this bike is the front brake. All the brakes are new, but the front brake is not very efficient at all. I don't think they ever was really. I used to have a 700 Constellation when I was young, but it had dual brakes on the front, and that never seemed to be a problem. But these ones, maybe they still need bedding in, because it's probably only done a few 100 miles since it was totally rebuilt. So let's give it another go and see if it starts. It's actually got I think the ignition switch is not too good as well. I've noticed that doesn't always switch on with the amp meter, so that could be a bit of a problem. That's another job I'll have to look at. As you can see, it's still not easy to start it, so I've taken both carbs off again, and I realised that the pilot jet was still blocked. Although I've cleaned the carburetors with the sonic cleaner, and they look good as new, look clean as new, but they were still blocked, so I used these to unblock them. These are what we had when we used to do gas welding, and they was to unblock the gas nozzles, so they're ideal for doing that. And they're both unblocked now, so hopefully it should start better and it should tick over. And we try that, but before that, I'm trying to locate my late father's Rudge Ulster motorcycle. I don't know if you can actually see that, and you can make out the registration is Hotel Kilo 7825. I've been onto the DVLA without much success, and also the Rudge Ulster Owners Club, but I'm still hoping. I'd love to be able to buy it back, but still, we'll wait and see. Right now, this is the moment of truth. Just flood the carburetors. Right. It's stone cold, the engine. Stone cold, it's not been started. Right, now, switch ignition on. Oh. I haven't got my slippers on. It's amazing how much difference that's made to the starting. I think it would have started first kick, but third kick still better than it was. So it's going to rain in a minute, and we need the rain, so we'll take it out for a ride. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe.